Have you considered that as the world is changing, as the times are changing, that it may be better for you to start your coaching business or grow your coaching business using online media? Hi, this is Ajit, founder of EverCoach, and today we are discussing the 5 systems that you need to be able to start and grow your coaching business using online tools. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can get useful pieces of information that you can immediately use in your coaching business by subscribing to this channel. Now, let's get started. As the world changes, as our social structures and economic structures change and adapt and are continuing to change, we need better ways to be able to communicate with our clients, to enroll them, to be able to work with them. And online media, online tools are probably one of the least expensive yet most effective tools that you can use to be able to start and grow your coaching business. The beauty of setting your business online is not only that it will give you the ability to be able to work irrespective of how the times change, but also that they are significantly less expensive, and so you can really get going on it almost immediately. So let me show you the 5 systems that you need to consider for you to start your coaching business and grow your coaching business using online tools. The first system that you need is what I call the connection system. The connection system is how you are communicating and connecting with potential clients. The secret to really making your connection system work is, firstly, to have tremendous amount of clarity in your message. What is it that you are communicating with your client that will get them excited to know more from you? What is it that you are saying or doing or presenting that gets your potential client excited about the opportunity of knowing more about you? The second most important thing about your connection system is what are the tools that you're using to connect with your audience. You see, one of the most common mistakes coaches make is that they go out in the world and they try to connect with clients in as many ways as possible. But here's the truth about connection. When you are focusing on all the platforms at the same time, because of the nature of platform, a lot of times you're not able to get the traction that you need and the connection that you need with your client on that particular platform. Take this video for example. If I post this video on Instagram as my tool, it will probably not work. It's not because this is not useful information or useful content for my clients like you to engage with me, but it's just the nature of the platform itself is different, which is why this video is great for YouTube. It is a full training for 10 to 20 minutes that allows you to really take a full breadth of information, which is very different than using TikTok or Instagram, where you're looking for 30-second pieces that may excite you for a really short duration of time. So it's very important for you to not only be really clear about your message, but also the platform that you will be using. Here's a question I have for you. Once you have clarified your message, once you know the platform that you're going to use to connect with your audience, what are you doing to clarify your message further? What are you doing to really understand that platform much better? You see, the greater clarity you seek in both of these dimensions, the easier it will become for you to connect with the right audience. One of the most common mistakes that a coach can make is try to serve everybody on every platform. The more targeted, the more focused you get, the easier it becomes for you to talk to an audience that is really excited to speak with you, and also on a platform that is really conducive for your message. So go ahead and write down your message in as clear a way as possible, and also find out the medium that you would want to use to connect with your clients. Some of your clients are available in each of the platforms. It doesn't matter if you use Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, or something else. Clients are everywhere. They are in all of these different platforms. But it is important for you to choose a medium that is more conducive to your style, that is more conducive to how you want to show up in the world, because you will then be able to really, truly, honestly connect with your clients on these platforms with a clear message that you have already crafted. The second system that you need for online success is engagement system. How is it that you are engaging your clients that have discovered with you or connected with you using these different platforms? If somebody followed you on Instagram, how is it that now they get to engage with you? How is it that communication, that initial excitement they have about your content or about how you show up or what you can deliver to the world, how can they then engage with you to really know more about you, to get a bigger insight in you, to learn more about your strategies and results? What you need to remember is your real intent for engagement. Your real intent for engagement is for your clients to understand the quality of work that you deliver and how they can win by partnering up with you, by working with you. The intent of your engagement, your intent for the platform is not just to spread more information. Undirected information often becomes useless to the person that is listening to it because they have no context to the conversation that you're having. So it's very important for you to create related engagement pieces, something that takes that clear message and really creates it into an engagement piece that the person can resonate, learn more about you, and learn more about the benefit of working with you. Here are a few examples that I personally love to create engagement with my audience. My number one thing is books, which is why I've written 3 books in the past 3 years. Because I believe that if I really want to communicate something with you powerfully, I can do that in a concise book. It's about 200 pages and it really solves a very particular problem or helps people move from one place to another in a really effective way. And because of that, I find that to be my greatest way of engaging with my clients. A second way to engage with your audience, which is also among my favorites, is to create an online class. This online class can sometimes be referred as a masterclass or a webinar, but really what it is doing is taking a piece of information that is directly related to the pain of your client or the concern of your client and demonstrates a technique, a strategy, a content piece that will help them go from a place of concern and challenge to a place of resolve and solution. And because that piece of information may take 30, 40, 50 minutes, it is enough time for you to connect with your client, to have them see the abilities that you have, and also to demonstrate that you really can solve their problems. Really, what the point of engagement piece is to demonstrate that your client's problems are solvable and you are the right coach, the right partner, the right trainer to be able to solve those problems. So find out what is the way you'll like to engage with your audience. A way to do this faster is to ask yourself this question. How is it that I like to communicate with my audience? Do I like to write? Do I like to record audio messages? Or do I prefer recording videos like this? Based on what you get as an answer, you will be able to find what way of creating an engagement with your audience may be better for you. If you enjoy writing, it might be better for you to write a report, a white paper, or even a book. If you enjoy creating content using video, it may be a great way for you to do Facebook Lives or Instagram Live or make videos like these on YouTube or make a masterclass. If you like audio, you may prefer the channel of podcasting. None of these formats are wrong. All of them are equally effective. They will all help you create great engagement with the audience that is right for you. Here is what I do want you to remember. A lot of coaches believe that writing a book or writing a webinar or creating a podcast is difficult. It is not. It's actually fairly simple once you get out of your head. What is more important to do is to really decide what you want to do and create action steps so you can start taking action towards it, and soon enough you will find that you have that podcast, that you have that book, that you have that content piece that you've been wanting to create, that webinar that you've been wanting to create for the longest time. The third system that you need is the enrollment system. Once you have connected with the audience, once you've engaged with them by giving something really useful to them that they can use and see some immediate results, now it's time to create an enrollment. Now it's time for you to have this potential client turn to a client. Once you're engaging with a client, it is very likely that you now understand what their needs are. What is it that their heart desires? What is it that they want to get as an outcome? Once you know that, can you create a related offer that gets them excited to want to work with you? Well, that is what our enrollment system looks like. Enrollment system is nothing more but a way for you to tell your client that there is a relevant related offer to their challenges or desires available with you. It is just a way for you to share a long-term commitment between you and your client. Ask yourself this question: how am I going to find out what is the greatest challenge that my client has, and how am I going to offer my services in context of that greatest challenge that they have? Context is everything in an enrollment conversation. An enrollment conversation doesn't work when it doesn't have context, when people don't understand why they're being offered a particular service. But once they understand why a particular service is offered, it is actually a much easier conversation. You see, one of the biggest challenges that I find consistently with coaches when they report we don't have enough revenue or we are not generating any revenue at all is they never make an offer. They never actually tell their clients that they can be hired to solve their problems. They just get stuck in the cycle of connection and engagement. They never move that conversation over to enrollment. And because of that, a lot of coaches tend to struggle to create clients, then to struggle to be able to have profitable businesses, and definitely struggle to get started online. One of the greatest challenges that I found coaches have is they feel nobody wants to hear about their offer, or there are too many offers in the world and they don't want to share another offer. Well, think about it like this. If I was to promise you that all of your problems will go away if we just decided to work together for next 3 months and it will cost you X thousand dollars, and you had the trust in me and I had solved your problems previously, would you go ahead and spend those thousands of dollars with me? Especially if you have the availability of resources? Most likely, yes. You want to solve your problems. You want to live a greater life. And because of that, you want to be able to work with coaches. And that is exactly what your client is thinking. But you need to be clear about how you help them. You have to be clear about why they should work with you. You have to be very clear in saying that you can actually help. So I invite you to stop beating around the bush, creating more content. Creating more content doesn't create enrollment. Solving your client's problem, showing them that you can solve their problems, is what creates enrollment. Your client doesn't want more content. They want a solution to the challenge that is in front of them. The fourth system is the coaching system. This is a system that you hopefully have even before you started a conversation, a connection, an enrollment, and engagement. This is basically how you show results and create results for your clients. You need to have a way for them to be able to solve the challenge that they came to you with. And that is your coaching system. Some of you may already have a coaching system because you have certification done, or you may have taken a few EverCoach courses, and that's awesome and great for you. Here is one thing that you need to know about a coaching system though. A coaching system needs to evolve at all times. We are evolving human beings. You're constantly learning. Your goals are constantly changing. Your results in the world are constantly changing. And so you need new training constantly. You need new coaches constantly, which is why when you are creating a coaching system, look at it as an evolving thing. Because when you are evolving your coaching system, your client will want to evolve with you. They're not going to want a different coach then. They will just want to work with the upgraded version of you. So the question really for you is, how is it that you're constantly evaluating your current coaching system and updating it to the next version of the coaching system? The best way I've found for this to happen is something that I call the synthesis. Synthesis is when you take a lot of information, a lot of different insights from a lot of different resources and create a unique synthesized outcome or synthesized process to get a particular outcome. If you look at only one methodology, if you look at only one way of doing things, you're often constrained by the possibilities that you create for your clients. Whereas if you open yourself up to many different ideas and look at different strategies and different methodologies, what happens is in time, you have your own unique methodology, and at the same point of time, you have your own unique way of getting results. And it gets better and better and better as you synthesize more and more and more information. So ask yourself, how is it that I'm learning constantly so I can synthesize more information to be able to present it to my clients and get even better results than I'm already getting for them? There are many ways that you could deliver the coaching system. You could create an online course, you can create a group coaching program, you can create a one-on-one coaching program, you could create a virtual retreat or a physical retreat. Any of those ways or all of these ways are correct. What you want to ask yourself is, again, what's the best way for your clients to experience results working with you. Whatever is the best way to deliver your methodology, whatever is the best way for your clients to actually get the result is the right way. There is a tremendous amount of opportunity in any of those systems. All of those are very scalable. The challenge is, will you pick one that really works for you and really gets the result for your client? The last system is something not many people talk about, but I think it is one of the most important systems. It's the re-enrollment system. A lot of coaches think in context of how can I get a client now and how can I get them to buy a 3-month package or a 6-month package. What I have found is a really successful, thriving coaching business never loses a client or loses it very rarely. If you can create a way to be able to constantly re-enroll your clients into your different coaching programs, you have created a tremendously successful coaching business. There are 2 reasons for it. Firstly, when you get a new client, it's a lot of work. You have to do a lot of connection, a lot of engagement, a lot of enrollment before you actually get that client to come and experience your real coaching and your real work. And because of that, the amount of time and effort that is put into creating a new client is significantly high. When you're re-enrolling them, the time and effort that you're putting into it is not that high. The second reason why a re-enrollment system is so important and so valuable is because when you re-enroll a client, that shows that client the possibilities that are with you. This means you can be on a forever contract with this particular client. This means that this client may not ever leave you, giving you a tremendous amount of stability in your coaching career. What you want to ask yourself is, how is it that I get my clients to stay with me? How is it that I'm creating the new vision with them of their life so they can constantly grow, and as they grow and expand, they want to grow and expand with me as their coach? Ask yourself this question: what can I offer my client that will help them in the next phase of their life? As they grow beyond what they were when they started working with me, what is it that I can help them grow further into? The greater the vision that you co-create with them or help them create for themselves, the greater is the possibility that they want to play with you on a long term. So here's what I want you to do. Take a piece of paper and make 5 boxes on it. In each of these boxes, go ahead and write down on top of it, write down the system that you will be discussing in that box. The first one you want to write down is connection system, then engagement system, enrollment system, coaching system, and re-enrollment system. Write down in each of the box as to what do you already do for each of these categories, and write down what works and what doesn't work in each of these categories. Now here's what I want you to do after that, is if you had just 1 more hour in your day, right? Just 1 more hour. What is the activity that you would like to add in each of these boxes? An activity that only takes an hour, but gets you really good results. Gets really high engagement, gets really high re-enrollment rate and enrollment rate, right? And I want you to write that down as the second thing in the box. The third thing I want you to write down is knowing the one activity that you will be doing more of, and knowing the activities that you're already doing. What is it that you need to learn? Who is it that you need to learn from? What course you need to take or what coach you need to hire that will help you really excel in these categories or the activities that you already do, so you can get even better results out of these activities. Now, once you have done this exercise, it should give you some clarity towards what needs to happen now for you to be able to start and grow your coaching business online. Share with me in the comment section below as to what are some of those activities that you have identified are valuable to you in your business online. Share some of the challenges that you may have so we can help you out in the comment section. If you love this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll love to be able to send videos like this every week for you. Go ahead and share this video with someone that you think will find it useful, would want to start their coaching business online, and this video can really help them. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ajit. See you next week.